Ooh, that's an interesting fact. The tether will snap when either you choose to break it yourself or you fall unconscious. But dying is part of discovery. So, we're back, and the name of the game is Hellboy. Thing is I would have continued more of our ongoing Jedi Fallen Order series, but I was really curious to see if this was a roguelike still, because I didn't do any research on it. So
Hey, Martinez.
Okay.
Hellboy, I found out a little more from the house.
Oh.
The architect was Claude Fayette Bragdon.
Did we see this last time?
Why do I know that name?
I don't think so.
He was a member of Blavatsky's Theosophy Society.
Oh.
Wrote books on the intersection of architecture and magic.
And if you know
That
Hellboy,
explains a lot, actually.
Magnolia's Hellboy, that's
You
a
should
lot
let our
of
folklorists know.
architecture
lot of work to do.
interacting with how spirits and stuff are, is typically how it goes. But, I mean, we haven't even gotten far enough to get my gun yet, so...
Before you start
There we
bitching, I put Lucky on armory duty for a reason.
Okay.
Don't give me any attitude about it. It's my call.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know.
The BPRD is short-handed, so I can't be dealing with anyone's heroics right now. Understand me?
Yep.
Perfectly.
Yeah. Cool. We're all snazzy. Oh, new place, new zone. Yeah, I'm glad we got here. We're back to the butterfly house. Not really it doesn't seem like we're starting these episodes off with a lot of action unless we're actively starting outside of the butterfly house. And I mean, I'm not opposed to it because I genuinely enjoy exploring this place and talking to these guys.
Room reported in. Seems like taking out the king caused the spike to drop in Krakow.
Ooh,
Hey,
cool.
what do you know?
However, the other 3 spikes are as strong as ever.
Meaning the king wasn't the interloper Martinez mentioned.
Nope, he
Nope.
was not.
The house
So
isn't
there
done with
is a
this.
main story. We
and
know
now
this.
there's a new entrance to the Wyrd.
Oh.
Guess I'm going back in.
There's a spike out there, so the job's not done. At least we know what you're doing isn't a complete waste of time.
Yay for our side.
Yeah, that's good to know. So, yes. And the reason I think this is a word roguelike is because, yes, we have this story, but you've already seen what got me thinking about it before, like given the multiple different upgrades, we were just told death is an experience, which is usually, or at least in Hellboy's unconsciousness, because he is nigh invulnerable, though he's been defeated a good chunk of times in the main story. But, yeah. I mean, literally, there's so
Bedtime.
much to
The
interpret.
system's only running at 80% because
Because
Betty's in a mood.
You called your
What?
comm station Betty?
Yeah, after my mom. I can see every
Well, that's
electrical
kind
impulse
of
in her,
nice.
and I can tell her
Ugh.
flow is all wrong.
it's kind of weird
She
to
just needs a
after
delicate
Mom.
touch to get things back to 100%.
Okay.
And we're done. Last time she gets smart with me.
Why? I don't know if that was actually vital to the story that happened. So that was a little
Spikes
weird.
Alpha through Delta holding at 198 BPU. We just lost comms.
Ooh. Do you sell me anything? Okay, so Krakow, Italy, the Broken Knight. Ouch, the guy you lost to has a short sword, right? I'm betting the others that are bigger, increasing auto cam cage, fairly friendly. King were knocked about by a guy with a sword way longer. Mando chased guy with shields. Smack the system sportsman-like. Wyrd Dimension Champions, the Faithless King. So you got whacked by a big kahuna. Large guy with a hat. Okay, well, I didn't lose. So that makes me feel better. Okay. So he's the informationalist, though I would kind of expect the architect to do that. Oh, there is more. Is this just an episode where we check out the butterfly house? I really wouldn't expect this, to be honest. There's nothing here. So I can collect different types of artifacts to examine, which I am up for because, as I've said, I'm a big Hellboy fan. And you know what? Actually, I talked to my friends about this a while back, but like, I love NetherRealm and fighting games and stuff like that. They just added Omni-Man to Mortal Kombat. That got me thinking. They have Spawn, they have Omni-Man. It's kind of like they're setting up for an Image Comics fighting game. But if you had to think about it, a side-to-side fighting game, you'd have so many characters, such a lot of potential. You'd probably have to do like stuff like Wildcats, maybe take one of them and put the rest of the Wildcats in the back of a of one of the stages, which wouldn't be a terrible idea. You could probably have Rogue, I think his name was, the guy who pretty much has just as a red mask over his face, and I think was ripped for Batman as one of their characters.
Hellboy,
But
how was your journey into the Wyrd?
Hellboy,
Honestly,
for example, is
Didn't
Dark
care for it
Horse.
much.
But
Locals were real and friendly.
But fascinating.
but you
I
have
am
characters
sure.
like Savage
I have
Dragon,
so many questions.
which
How
I've
was being bound
talked
to
about
an etheric
before, has
tether?
been
Pretty impressed Altman managed to
interact
cook
with
one up so
TMNT
quickly.
and Hellboy. So
Did
it's
you feel a physical
potential.
pull back here? Did it
I
kind
think
of
we
flop
guessed.
around or what?
Didn't notice it after a while. Not until I got hit anyway.
Fair enough.
Tethers are a key part of the lore surrounding astral travel.
See, I think
Conventional
they
wisdom
expected me to
suggests that
lose
if
at
it is
least once,
destroyed,
but I didn't.
one
I
is
got through the
lost in
whole
the
thing
astral plane
fine.
for all eternity.
Well, that's reassuring.
It's more
The
and
fact
more
that
making me
breaking it
think
didn't lead
that
to being stuck in some kind of gray, endless limbo is good, right?
yeah.
Yeah, well, I got a whole new world to investigate. I'll let you know if I find
So
out
wait.
anything folklore.
That was it for that one world? I'm just done with it? Let me talk to her.
Each area in the world
Talk to every
corresponds to
BPRD member
somewhere in
once
our
is the
world.
achievement I just got.
So, I'm trying to figure out exactly where you were. Now, the combination of religious imagery and the style of armor suggests something like 12th century Mediterranean medieval. And that ties in with the psychic spike report in Italy.
Oh, that's
Italy.
interesting.
Where exactly?
Krakow. It's a perfect fit. Creepy,
Which I think we're
abandoned,
on-
old.
It did say Krakow
That
in
is
the
entirely
info
supposition
thing.
without more data.
Surely it's at least a hypothesis. It's Krakow. I bet you dollars to crackers.
Pretty sure that's not the phrase, but whatever.
I've been to weirder places. This is just some kind of
I've discovered a reference
projection
to the
of
faithless
it or
king
captured
Scheherazade
area.
mentioned. It's in the Yellow Book, a collection of folk tales from 1780.
oh,
Fairy tales. I guess that fits.
the stories, yeah.
The story tells of a king who sold his soul to the devil in return for eternal life. Despite this,
Yeah,
he
they
was
say there's
convinced
always a
his own
sprinkle of
soldiers
truth
would eventually turn
in
against
fairy
him.
tales and rumors.
So he sent them to the Crusades, claiming that he would send reinforcements. But he left them to fight against overwhelming odds and die.
Oof.
It is said that the soldiers' souls returned home, bringing death himself back with them.
So I'm dealing with a Satan-worshipping king and some pissed-off death cultist crusaders. Good to know.
That's interesting. And you know me, I always love hearing lore, and especially talking about it with you guys. So I'm not gonna skip this. We're gonna have this whole first episode be discussing what just happened. Plus, it gives us a good
How's it
overview.
going?
I've been racking my head to remember what happened before you dragged my sorry ass out of the Wyrd.
It's okay, Lucky.
Anything come back to you?
Oops,
I remember
sorry.
hearing a really loud roar, a voice.
I keep forgetting I'm actually recording
Scared
this.
the bejesus out of me.
So even
The
though I
things I was
read a little
fighting hurt
bit
it too.
faster, I gotta
And they
slow it down.
just left.
Okay, now that's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
That's how enveloped I am in this game right now.
What could have scared them?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna worry about that right now.
So, you know what? We're not going to make this episode anything with action. If you want to skip this episode, that's fine, or if you have already skipped it, of course. But, we're just going to keep this. I can't interact with weapons is shaggy sense and I use them. Thank you. Yes. Oh, we're totally going to do that. Equip it. Equip it.
Oh, faithful.
Yes! I love it. I love him. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm actually very happy by enhancing it. Ooh. Boom. Level 2. Send them flying, dealing massive damage. Ooh, okay, yes. I know I should save stuff, but I mean... Each word realm but a bell chamber. So I can go to the original realm too. Which I wouldn't mind doing that on my own. But for now, I want to go to the training center. So, okay. Wait, so how do we... Okay, that's how you lock on. So we do have... Yeah, so they do have a straightforward heavy attack. Because for some reason it felt like I didn't have a straightforward heavy attack, though they told me I did. That's kind of inconvenient compared to the placement of the lock-on. But I assume this is for like smallers. This is fun. I'm saying that like, this is enjoyable. I have fun with this. This is so much fun. Yes. Okay, so I am gonna record another episode of this today because I am on a roll. But this is just a normal episode, so we're gonna keep it short. This is just gonna be an exploration of summarizing everything we did in the past and getting rid of all the Butterfly House stuff and achieving the rumored pistol that we all love with Hellboy. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the actual action-packed next one. Bye.